Hey guys, it's Bao with JohnyTechReview, and I hope you guys are all doing well this week. Recently, a company reached out to me and wanted to send me this MP3 unit here. This is the IBESTWIN MP3 player. As you can see here, it's a pretty small MP3 unit, and it's a pretty well solid build MP3 unit. So I decided to give it a try, and of course I have an iPhone 7 Plus with like 128 gigs of memory, so there's plenty of space there on the iPhone for music. However, sometimes I do like an extensive music collection, and I put some of those on here. I also like to keep my iPhone free while traveling and listen to music, so I usually use an MP3 player that I can throw in my bag and just use it whenever I need it. And that is what I did with this unit here. So beside the unit, it does come with a nice pair of headphones, which are pretty decent, a micro USB charging cable, earpiece for the headphone, cable clip, and then of course you have the user menu. So in the front of the unit, this is a glass front unit, as you can see, and you have some control button here. These are like touch sensitive button. You have the navigation button here, and you have the back and the play button over here. So on the side of the unit here, you have a button here. This is a lock button, a lock mechanism that you can use to lock the unit up. The micro SD slot here, and then at the bottom here you have the micro SD charging port. I believe this is the mic, and then here's the headphone jack. And then on the side here you have two more buttons. The top one is the power button, and the bottom one here is the recording button, one touch recording where you can turn into a voice demo recording. So I just want to show you guys how fast this unit boot. I'm gonna go ahead and power it on here. So hold down this power button. There you go, just like that, and it's ready. So less than 2 seconds you can see, and it's ready to be used. So you can navigate around by just moving this around, just like this. The arrow button here. You have music, you can press play here to get into the option here. This of course is touch sensitive, as you can see, and it works pretty well. It's fast, no problem there, but the only problem I have when using this sometimes is when you're holding in your hand like this and you're trying to navigate. As you can see, I'm pressing an area that has nothing. I do wish that the navigation pad is move up just a little bit up here, because I'm always hitting this empty space, but it's a little bit lower here, so it's not as ergonomic as I would like. So of course, beside music, you can also watch video, but it's a pretty useless and antiquated format. It is actually an AVM format, and you have to use the software that's come included with it in order to convert the video that you have over, and it's not really a really nice process. The screen is pretty small. It's a 1.8 inch screen. I mean, it works for this purpose, but for watching video it's kind of pointless. So you also have FM radio, which works well as long as you have a headphone plug in. Once you have a plug in, it use that as an antenna, and it works pretty well. Not bad. Pick up local station, no problem. You have photos. You can watch your JPEGs or whatever here. It works fine. There's also recording here in the middle. You can just press that one touch recording button. It will go to recording. So for recording option, you can record in a WAV or MP3. It works pretty well, no problem there. Ebooks, of course, it reads text files, and that's basically about it. Photo, where you can browse your photo on your device here, or you can browse the SD card that you have in here. You also have a pedometer if you want to track your walking. I also don't use that features, and of course you have setting. You have tools, you can see calendar, stopwatch, alarm, and see play mode. You can set different play mode here. For example, repeat, shuffle mode. You can have audio here. You can adjust the equalizer. Let me just go in there real quick, and you can see there's some option on the equalizer here. Punk rock, hip hop, and you can also have your custom option. And then there's also a volume limit you can set. Currently it's set to max. And then sleep timer, display, you can set it to automatically go up. Brightness setting currently is almost near the max here. And then you can also have screensaver, which is just showed that clock earlier I did. Set your timer here, and language, and it has a bunch of different language, and you can format the device and reset it to default right now. As far as the format of the file, I use MP3 for the most part, and so I have some FLAC file, and you can put those on here in any way. You can put them in the directory, or just throw everything in the the root directory, and it works fine. The device will pick it up, and you can browse to it, and that's no problem. So as far as the sound quality on this guy, you will be very impressed with this unit. It has actually a lot of power, so I can easily power some of my bigger headphones like the HD650, no problem at all. It has plenty of power to do that, and the sound quality in this, it produces a really nice clean sound quality. There's no noise, hiss back, anything like that. The other thing that come with it, of course, is just headphone right here, and this is a nice pair of headphone that kind of just go around your ear, and you can wrap it in your ear like this, and it also works pretty well. The headphone has a decent amount of bass. The mids are clean, and the highs are pretty crispy. Yeah, I mean, it could have a little bit more bass. I'm not a bass head, but of course I like a little bit more bass. But overall, it's not a bad pair of headphones that included. Another thing I want to point out is how impressive the battery life in this unit is. They claim is about 50 hours, and of course, you know, in my usage, when I first got it about 2.5 months ago or so, I charged it once fully, and ever since then I have not charged it yet. I use it on and off, maybe for a few hours here and there. You know, during the weeks, and also when I was traveling on the airplane, I listened for it, you know, a few hours there also. So yeah, so far I put probably 10-15 hours into using it so far, and I'm very happy with it. No problem at all. Sound is good, and the battery life, I think it's really superb in this unit like this. So if you want just an MP3 player that can hold a lot of songs, and you know, you can just throw it away somewhere and whenever you want to use it, and without worry about you know, using up space on your phone and stuff like that, just works really well. What are some of the cons in this unit? First of all, that video player I showed you earlier is kind of pointless. You have a video player that basically can only use that one AVM format, which you have to convert everything to, so I don't even know why they put it in there. The other thing is that the controller, I think it could be a little bit better done, move up a little bit more, because as you can see here, I'm always messing it up. And finally, I think the biggest problem is, to me, is the screen. The screen is supposed to be tempered glass, look like it is, but the problem is I get, you know, fingerprint really easy, as you can see, but it also scratch. I put this in my book bag, and you notice now there's some scratch here, some small scratch. I don't know if you can see that, but there's some small scratch on the unit, and yeah, it's something unfortunate, but yeah, that's what happened here. One thing I would think would be nice to have also is to have haptic feedback, so when you press on your wrist, it will vibrate to let you know you're actually pressing on it, because a lot of time you're moving around but you really don't know until you really pay attention to the screen. So that's one thing to keep in mind of. So at the time I just reviewed, the unit was about $25-26. It's pretty good on Amazon now. And so if you're just looking for an MP3 player that is able to play music and play FLAC, high quality resolution audio, and this unit works pretty well. So I hope this short little review helped you guys. So if you guys find this video useful, please give it a like, as it will really help me, and consider subscribing for more future content. Thank you and have a good week.